No doubt, man. 103.5 The Beat, banging hip hop and R&B, and we gotta represent for that Dade County. I'm hanging out with Iceberg.
What's up? What's up, K Foxx?
Thanks for coming through.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You're always so cool, man.
Yeah, I got to be. I try to not to lose my cool. You know what I mean?
Why, you a hothead?
Nah. I don't know. I kind of got that reputation for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, you know what? I followed your career. I was down here when you were definitely on the grind with the Dunk Riders and Trick Daddy. But you've actually been doing your thing way before that, right?
Yeah, it was like I started off in high school. I was young with the Trick Daddy thing. I started off.
How old were you?
I was 16, 17 when I first got around them. And I was doing my thing in high school. I was putting out mixtapes throughout Norland High and Carroll City High and stuff like that. And Trick got wind of it, and then we started rocking from there. We did the F the Other Side movement. That kind of took off crazy. Then aside from that, I was doing my whole mixtape thing. I had a lot of big street songs that never got to cross over the kind of radio, so to say, mainstream, but it was real heavy in the streets, and that's what really kept me alive all the way to now,
How was it working with Trick Daddy?
Oh, it was real good. I always looked up to him as a
mentor,
as a mentor, as a big inspiration, just being from Miami, because, Trick is that dude that really put Miami on the map for real in a way. And, I was just happy to work with him and soak up game from him. I got a lot of bad stuff from him, but I got a lot of good stuff from him, and, that made me better.
What was the bad?
The bad is I don't really want to speak on it, but, we got in a lot of trouble together. You know what I mean?
Okay, so what was the good?
Oh, the good was, just keeping it real with myself, keeping it true to myself. It was a thing where I come in the studio and wear hats with other cities on it, and that was one of his biggest pet peeves. Hey, we Dade County, we don't do that. You know how Trick is. Mm-hmm. Just keeping it real with the culture and really embracing the culture like that. Embracing the whole Chevy movement, embracing AKs and Chevrolets movement. In Dade County, holding it down for that. I could say that was one of the best things, and just keeping it real with the fans. Telling them when you only got $1 in your pocket. You know what I mean?
That's very. You know what? That's hip hop though.
Yeah, that's hip hop. And that's one of the main things I can say. The good things I got from him though, honestly.
So who else do you look up to? It doesn't have to be from Miami, but
yeah. Oh, most of all, Jay-Z, but Juvenile.
I heard Juvie just got we sound with Cash Money. Did you hear about that?
I don't know. I ain't hear about it.
I did hear about that.
If it is, it's cool. I love to hear some new stuff from him with them boys united, because they was a big inspiration, him and Lil Wayne. Who else? Jim Jones. I like the Jim Jones stuff a lot, too. And,
he's starting his label down here.
Yeah. I actually did a couple records with him, honestly. He came down here, and I guess he got wind of the whole movement, and I linked up with him. We did a couple songs together. He actually on a new mixtape.
Oh, nice.
It's called Hella Plays in Motion. The remix is featuring him. He a real cool dude, you know what I mean? He embracing our Miami culture a lot, because he understand the struggle, and he understand what it is to come from Miami and to come from, not come from Miami, but to come from a place where a lot of people ain't embracing the what's going on in the inner city, so to say.
You're absolutely right. Now let's talk about this inner city. I had Gunplay up here, and we talked about the Field Miami that was on World Star. You were featured in that as well.
It was that was a real big look, man. Shout out to Q from World Star. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Photo T. They came down here and captured a lot of stuff that's going on the other side of the bridge as far as music. You know what I mean? They gave us a platform. They put it big on World Star. They actually played it for MTV and BET, and a lot of outlets for people to see what's going on. That we kind of they kind of put like a blanket over our part of the city, so to say. You got these big clubs that don't really embrace our music, that don't really embrace our culture. You got a lot of different media outlets that's down here that we can't really get in like that.
But why do you think that is? Because there's such a underground movement that happens.
Because I think Miami turned into such of a big tourist market, tourist attraction. More is like, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know the politics. I really want to find out though. But you know, we definitely got a lot to offer. They always talking about how we not unified, how we don't have the talent, but it's not true. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot of talent down here that I feel like the world need to see, and it's a lot of talent down here that a lot of the outsiders bit off. You know what I mean? That ain't give us our props.
Like who? Like.
I ain't gonna say no names,
man,
but
I thought we was keeping it real.
You just told me I'm cool, so I'm being cool. But a lot of people ain't give us our props. You know, we got a whole sound that need to be heard. Like YG and DJ Mustard, they got their whole culture going on, and they brought their culture to the forefront. You got Chief Keef, they brought their culture to the forefront. Even Atlanta, they had a distinctive sound that they brought to the forefront. But Miami definitely have something to bring to the forefront, like from the likes of stuff that Trick Daddy did back in the day. Gorilla Tech with the drum major sound. You had like Uncle Luke, DJ Uncle Al. Like, you know, like the dance culture real big in Miami. You know, I feel like if the world get wind of that, like how they had peanut butter jelly,
peanut
ice
butter
cream,
jelly.
Cake. They had that on Proud Family. You know what I mean? Family Guy. They had that on there.
It was so funny. I was watching the episode, and I didn't know what it was before I moved to Miami. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, my God, it's the Peanut Butter Jelly song.
Yeah.
It was so
where
funny.
You from, K-Fox?
New York.
Oh, yeah?
New York.
So you was happy when you went back up there, huh?
You know what? I love New York. I was born and raised there, but my quality of life, I definitely appreciate Miami.
Yeah.
I appreciate the ocean. You know, I appreciate the
warm
weather. I
like how New York girls talk. They could voice their opinion so well. It seemed like y'all vocabulary way faster and stronger than ours. It seemed like no diss to Miami girls, but they, you know, we talk slow down here.
Well, it's just a different pace, that's for sure. And New York is like you're constantly running on the train. You got everything going on at once.
A lot of people and it's so congested, so it's a little more faster, right?
You never lived anyplace else?
Nah, always here.
Get on the mic.
Oh, I know we're on. Yeah, always here.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So talk to me. What else you got going on? You're going up to Atlanta for the AC3 festival?
Yeah. We going up to the AC3. It's called they got a stage called 305 Live. They taking me and a couple more underground artists from Miami up there.
Like who else?
They got a lot of What you would say? They got a lot of different type of artists. You know, they don't have too many street artists, I'm gonna say. You know, they got more like artists with big internet followings. They got Prez P, they got Jig, they got a couple more guys, a lot of guys. I can't really think of them off the top of my head, though.
So you're doing that, and then you've also been doing very well for yourself with your brand.
Yeah,
right?
I got the Live House clothing brand. It's doing really well. Actually, when
That's
I
what
started,
you have on right now.
Yeah, this what I got. That's what I gave you. I bought you a couple of shirts. Hopefully, I could get an Instagram out of you wearing it. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's doing real good. It got you know, that's the new game. You know, with the independent game. You know, all the artists, they pushing their merch brand. You know, you had Currency, Wiz Khalifa, Nipsey Hussle, Future made millions of dollars off the merchandise game. And, you know, I was one of the first people from South Florida to adopt it, and I did real good. We actually did like close to $100,000 our first year.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and it's real, and it's getting bigger and bigger. We actually working on the physical location, a flagship store for it right now. You know, and that's been doing better than the music, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I feel like, you know, we giving the people something to buy into. We selling a lifestyle now. It ain't only about the music no more. You know, you got to have the total package with it.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Yeah.
Now talk to me about what's going on with I guess your independent versus your major. Like, do you want to be signed to a major label?
Nah, not at this point. In the future, I wouldn't mind if it's the right
they've
numbers.
To you before.
Yeah. I actually had a lot of deals that was offered to me. You know, because I was signed to Cash Money at one point. A lot of people don't know what it was through Dunk Riders and Cash Money. I did that, and you know, it didn't really work out for the best of me. You know, and it was a learning experience, a real good experience for me. It taught me a lot about the game. And
Did Maybach Music approach you too?
Yeah, we was in negotiations with them and Cash Money for a second time. You know, I guess everything happened for a reason, though. You know, I ain't gonna speak too much on it, but Rose, my boy, he taught me a lot. You know, he actually helped me out a lot within that time we was negotiating and stuff like that. And it taught me a lot though. I started Live House Music Group. It's the brand, it's a promotional company and a merchandise company. And I feel like that's the thing for me, because I'm a guy who ain't really too big on being famous, you know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of these artists that signing these big deals, they get paid in fame almost. You know what I mean?
So you rather the money over the...
Yeah, all day, man, because
the
fame is very expensive, very, very expensive. It's a price tag that never really go down. You know, when when they limelight fade out, it seem like they still got to put up with it. You know what I mean? So I really would rather not deal with it.
Well, I mean, you can't tell by that watch you got going on over there. You blinding me right now.
But you know, that's the part of the hustle. You know, we come from the streets. We hustlers. You know, so a lot of the street people I looked up to ain't like the fame at all. You know, it seemed like a lot of these guys that's hustling the streets nowadays really want the fame over the money now, and I don't understand that. But, you know, that's a whole nother story. But, yeah, the independent route, definitely the route for me. And I feel like that's what I'm doing. I got the new mixtape. That's the first project under my Everything Independent campaign.
I love it. So how can people get this mixtape?
They can log on billionberg.com. That's my website. You know, it got 19 tracks. It got 21 tracks, 2 bonus tracks. It's all original, produced by a couple of producers on here. Shout out to DJ on the beat. Shout out to the Boomanauts, you know, they got some on there. My boy Audio Jones, he produced Hella Plays Emotion. That was my last single that I put Jim Jones on. You know, I got a couple more people, but, you know, it's all independent. We doing them, this the setup that's going to be for the Live Life Live, the album. We going to do the first indie album. And, you know, we just hustling, man. We just hustling. We ain't in it for the fame. We just trying to get our mind right business-wise. You know, I had a lot of catching up to do my first year. I was in it. I was doing the rap thing. I had the passion all the way. This is what I dropped out of school for. But I ain't know the business side too much. And
Would you go back to school after knowing what you know now?
Oh, yeah. I want to take a fashion class. Man, I want me and my girlfriend to just sit in there and take a fashion class and learn more about the fashion.
Is she into fashion too?
Yeah. She actually helped me out with the Live House stuff. You know what
nice.
I mean? Yeah. You know, so I do that, take a fashion class and like a designing class or something like that.
You might need to hook up with Kanye. You know, he like
Yeah, I see that. Kanye need to give me a job or something. Let me just be his apprentice for one day. Let me walk around the Louis Vuitton factory with him or something. But on a serious note, I consider taking that up though. Education is definitely the key.
You should.
Well,
I'm proud of you, man.
You gonna come check me out if I graduate?
Of course. I think you need to document that.
Yeah.
I'm sure
that'll be dope, right?
Yeah, your family be proud. Everybody. That'll be an inspiration for other kids that's trying to do what you do to look up to. You know.
Yeah. But I'm definitely learning the business more though, and I feel like that's the main part that people didn't teach us as coming up as artists. You know what I mean? A lot of artists that I looked up to, most of all, didn't know the business like that. You know what I mean? And they eventually faded out. It wasn't because their music got whack, it's because they got irrelevant. They just ain't know the business.
Well, yeah, they're so happy to get a deal that they would just sign on anything.
Yeah, you know, and when you in a contract, you can't get out and all that stuff and all that business you can't really deal with, it's stressing. Take tolls on you. A lot of people ended up on drugs and stuff behind it.
We already know it, man. Yeah. Iceberg, billionaire in the building. K Foxx, thank you so much for coming through.
Yeah, K Foxx, you got me kind of nervous. I ain't gonna lie. Right. I ain't used to being in big buildings like this.
Well, you better get used to it. This is the grind right here.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I'm proud of you, man.
All right, thank you, K Foxx.
Once again, how can people get the
log on to billionberg.com, man. That's my website, billionberg.com. Or you can log on to livehouselife.com. You know, purchase a shirt. Show me some support. You know, I definitely appreciate every purchase that we get. We doing real good for it to be our second year, and we only going to grow bigger and bigger. We got the physical location coming soon in Miami, you know what I mean? That LH with them wings, that mean you fly, that mean you free. You know, K Foxx?
Oh, that's what that is. I like it.
Yeah, man, the LH, it's an ode to our independence. You know, we free now.
Thanks for my shirt.
The sky's the limit for us.
All right, Iceberg, thanks for coming through.
All right, K Foxx, appreciate you for having me.